Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Ed Burns Ice Arena in Arlington, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls hockey contest between the hosting Cougars of Arlington Catholic High School and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. This is my first road game being covered for Brookline High girls hockey. Typically with hockey, I just cover the home games, but folks asked if there were any road games I was available for, and this happened to be one of them. And this will be my last game covered for the season. I'm not available to cover the team's game at Framingham on Wednesday, nor would I be able to make the trip to Nantucket for Saturday's regular season finale. So this will be my last game covered, unless Brookline makes a strong run and pulls a playoff spot out of their hat. Then this will be my last time covering this team this season. Coming into today's contest, Brookline currently sitting outside the playoff picture looking in. They've got a record of 6-11, coming off a road win against the Newton Co-op 4-2 on Friday, I believe it was. And the most recent power rankings came out Friday morning, so that win against Newton was not counted for the most recent power rankings, but given that Newton is ranked lower than Brookline in the power rankings to begin with, probably didn't elevate them that much. In Friday's power rankings, Brookline was ranked 38th out of 44 teams in Division I. As you know, the top 32 teams are the ones that make it into the state tournament. Brookline heading into a stretch where they play a couple of teams higher ranked than them and currently just on the fringes of the playoff picture. Arlington Catholic coming into this one 31st in the most recent power rankings, with a record of 4-11-1. Their most recent loss was not counted towards those power rankings, so you know they want to get back in the win column so they can help hold on to their spot just barely on the fringes of making the tournament. Meanwhile, Framingham, Brookline's next opponent coming up Wednesday night, is 32nd in the power rankings, so Brookline setting up to face the last two teams in the playoff bracket as of now, hoping they can elevate their own spot in the rankings. And this game projects to be quite a thriller. These two teams faced off in Brookline's season opener last year for the season opener of the 22-23 season. Arlington Catholic got the win in that one by a final score of 5-4. Brookline co-captain Izzy Pice led the scoring for Brookline with 2 goals in that game. And Brookline will be hoping to generate some similar offensive momentum here against the Cougars while maybe having a stronger defensive performance. We got our first note in the live chat from Barbara E. Picorni. Caitlin W.'s Grammy watching from Connecticut. Go Brookline. Happy to see you tuning in again, Barbara. Thanks for always bringing your support. Barbara, of course, referring to Brookline's freshman defender, number 20, Caitlin Wilson. Folks, if there's anything you'd like to say in the live chat, I encourage you to really say anything. You know, it could be as simple as go Brookline or even go Arlington if you're a Cougars fan tuning in to watch this one. shout out your favorite player, as Barbara has done, or let us know where it is you're tuning in from. It's sometimes fun to hear about the people from different states or, in a rare case, different countries tuning in to watch these online live streams that can be watched all over the world. If you notice any technical difficulties, please speak up and say something. I am at a site I haven't broadcasted from before. The Wi-Fi here seems to be good, which I am very happy about. But, if anything goes wrong with the video or the audio, please speak up and say something, either in the live chat, or if you're not comfortable with the live chat function on YouTube, you can send me an email. Just check out the bottom right corner of your screen for my email. And then, of course, as always, and especially for any Arlington Catholic fans tuning in, if I am messing up the pronunciation of any players' names, please send me a correction, whether it be through live chat or email. I prefer to get these players' names right. To me, that's part of giving them the best coverage I possibly can. But here come the players out on the ice. As you see, the Brookline Warriors coming out in dark blue jerseys with red stripes and red jersey numbers. While on the left, the hosting Arlington Catholic Cougars in white jerseys with dark blue stripes and yellow jersey numbers. Warm-up skates have begun, so let's go through the rosters for these two teams coming in today. Again, if you hear me botching the pronunciation of any names, please correct me either in the live chat or via email. First, for the hosting Arlington Catholic Cougars, going in order of jersey number, first off, we have a sophomore goalie, number 1, Elizabeth Brierly. Next, we have a 7th grade defender, number 2, Addison Boksanowski. A junior forward, number 3, Marky Lawhorn. A sophomore defender, number 4, Margaret Mello. A sophomore defender, number 5, Tessa Keneally. A senior forward, number 6, Kathleen Simmons. A junior forward, number 7, Amaya Hastings. Excuse me. A senior forward, number 8, Leah Gabi. A senior forward, number 9, Lindsay Lojudici. A freshman defender, number 10, Lizzie Sarsfield. A senior forward, number 11, Olivia McIver. A sophomore forward, number 12, Kaylin French. A sophomore defender, number 13, Ari Murgo. A junior forward, number 14, Anna Corcoran. A sophomore forward, number 15, Libby Mozuk. A sophomore forward, number 16, Ava Priante. A senior defender, number 18, Mary McElroy. A sophomore forward, number 19, Annie Driscoll. A junior forward, number 21, Julia Mendez. A senior forward, number 22, Kiara Tobin. A sophomore defender, number 23, Kate Corey. A sophomore forward, number 24, Ava Davis. A sophomore forward, number 28, Kate Frawley. A junior goalie, number 30, Caitlin Sacco. Head coach of the Arlington Catholic girls hockey team is Natalie Flynn. So that's the roster for the home team today. Now let's move over to our right, take a look at the visiting Brookline High Warriors. Going in order of jersey number for Brookline, first off, we have a junior goalie, number 1, Aurora Charbonneau. Next, we have a sophomore forward coming off a game where she scored her first career varsity goal, number 2, Emma Lurie. Next, a junior defender and forward, number 7, Casey McCarthy. A freshman defender, number 8, Jordan Gifford. A freshman forward, number 9, Selena Charbonneau. A midseason JV call-up, number 11, Madison Driscoll. A freshman forward and defender, number 14, Serafina Ritzenthaler. A sophomore forward, number 15, Clara Tebow. Junior forward and captain, number 17, Izzy Pice. Junior forward, number 18, Soo Jin Koo. Freshman defender, number 20, Caitlin Wilson. Junior defender and captain, number 21, Etta Reed. Junior forward, number 22, Birdie Hawkins. Sophomore forward, number 24, Caroline Hughes. Freshman forward, number 25, Caitlin Schlager. Freshman goalie, number 33, Jacqueline Solove. And a senior forward and captain, number 37, Meredith Allen. Head coach of the Brookline High girls hockey team is Sarah Schwensfire. So just a minute left on the pregame clock as they're running it up a little bit. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan from Ed Burns Arena, and you are watching Brookline High Hockey.
Rapp tries to clear, gets past Bates, but not past Reed. Wines, fires, scores! Etta Reed! Charbonneau charging in. Charbonneau shot. Hat-trick! Selena Charbonneau! Skating with it now. This is Gifford. Gifford around a defenseman. Can Gifford go for 4? Yes! Jordan Gifford cannot be stopped.
All right, here come the starting lineups first for Brookline. Number 24, Caroline Hughes. Number 15, Clara Tebow. Number 22, Birdie Hawkins. Number 8, Jordan Gifford. And number 20, Caitlin Wilson. And in goal, number 33, Jacqueline Solove. Now the starting lineup for the Cougars. First up, number 12, Kaylin French. Number 19, Annie Driscoll. Number 6, Kathleen Simmons. Number 10, Lizzie Sarsfield. And number 13, Ari Murgo. And in goal, number 1, Elizabeth Brierly. Now the national anthem. All right, we've got our starting lineups, our national anthem, and now we are getting ready for our opening puck drop. As you can see on the scoreboard cam in the bottom left corner of your screen, we got a fresh 15 minutes on the clock for the first of 3 periods here between the Brookline High Warriors and the Arlington Catholic Cougars. We got a note in email this time. Nana and Pop Wilson are watching tonight and are so grateful we've had the opportunity to see so many of Caitlin's games this year. Thank you, Jesse, for broadcasting and doing such a great job. From Jim and Nancy Wilson in Scranton. Thank you so much, Jim. Jim and Nancy, thank you so much for continuously tuning in and supporting Caitlin and her teammates throughout the season. I love hearing about that. I love hearing about all the families tuning in and supporting the players. I'm happy to provide the ability to watch. I mean, this is just something I do for fun that happens to also be something I can do for a living. So the fact that that everyone else gets something out of it, that's just the cherry on top for me, let me tell you. 2 teams coming out on the ice. Opening puck drop on the horizons. Here we go. Brookline versus Arlington Catholic. The puck is dropped. Face-off controlled by the Cougars. Number 13, Ari Murgo, sends it off the boards into the neutral zone. Jordan Gifford tries to push it ahead, and it's shuffled along by Bertie Hawkins, who absorbs a check. Taken again by Murgo. Lifts it out to the neutral zone again. Misses her teammate, and Gifford could not clear it out that time as it slides into the Brookline end. Bertie Hawkins. No, that was Caroline Hughes who's weaving through with it, excuse me. Now it's launched into the Arlington Catholic end by Hawkins as Brookline commits to a forward line change. Wrapped around the boards, quick passing. And we got a 2-on-3 rush here, racing down there. I believe that's Kathleen Simmons coming around the back, looking, firing a shot, and it goes off of Gifford's body, I believe, as she sends it around the boards, and Tebow lifts it out to the neutral zone. Skating with it, Simmons dumps it into the Brookline end where it's going to be chased down by Gifford. Gifford tries to send a pass. It's blocked. Moved into the attack end, but then moved right back out. Selena Charbonneau backhands it down to the Arlington Catholic end, and that's going to be called for icing. Face off in the Brookline end off the icing. It's controlled by the Cougars and pushed wide of the net. Battling for the puck. Izzy Pice takes it away. Pice skating. Could not break the blue line, but the puck is recovered by Selena Charbonneau, who gains the blue line. Lost the puck, and the attempted clear ricochets into open ice. Taken, sent out to the neutral zone. Battling for it, number 11, Olivia McIver, couldn't get through Caroline Hughes. Now the puck knocked out to the neutral zone. It was taken briefly by Hughes, but disrupted by the defense, I believe, of number 10, Lizzie Sarsfield. Sarsfield, long pass, finds an open teammate who just dumps it down to the Brookline end. It's turned aside leisurely by Jacqueline Sullivan. Now Kathleen Simmons, fresh off the bench, coming around the back for the Cougars. In the corner, spins off a defender. Tries to send a pass through, but too much traffic. Brookline had it for a second, but then it's stolen away. Recovered by Simmons. Simmons on the attack once again. Passes back. Finds number 19, Annie Driscoll. Now more passes through traffic. Sent back. Misses everybody, and that's going to slide all the way back to the neutral zone. Chased down by number 2, Addison Boksanowski. Boksanowski passes up to Driscoll. Driscoll's pass wide of her target, taken instead by Clara Tebow, out to the neutral zone where it's taken again by Kathleen Simmons. Simmons now moving on the attack. Simmons approaching shot was blocked, and blocked high by Caitlin Wilson that time. Coming around the back looking for a shot. Shot is saved by the glove of Sullivan. That shot coming, I believe, from number 12, Kaylin French. As we'll have another face-off in the Brookline end. Arlington Catholic winning the possession game so far. And they're winning the face-off game very handily as they control it again. This one dumped around the end by number 13, Ari Murgo. Back around it comes. Murgo pushes it back forward, taken in the corner. Scrumming along the boards for it. It's taken away. That's Hawkins. Pass over to Charbonneau. Charbonneau gains the blue, dumps it down, pushed aside. And around the back, they're fighting for it, and Arlington Catholic gets there first. Murgo pass forward, a little out of reach, but it is poked into the Brookline end, and still chasing after it is number 15, Libby Mozuk. Mozuk's pass back is knocked away by Hawkins out to the neutral zone. Taken by Buxanowski, sent across to Murgo into the Brookline end, sent right back out, but that might be a little long, might go for icing, and it will. Folks, another reason you might want to contribute to the live chat, if you feel like you want me to zoom in the camera a little more, I could maybe afford to zoom it in a little more. It's a, unusual shooting site for me here at Ed Burns, but setting up the best we can. A pass disrupted. That aimed for Buxanowski. Pice deflected it, but Buxanowski recovers. Pass across the blue line. A stick lost by Simmons, and it's going to be knocked the other way, and this is going to be icing, and it might be a penalty against Brookline depending on what happens. I don't see anyone headed for the box, so looks like it's simply going to be an icing call. 10:46 on the clock here in the first period. No score as of yet. Off the face-off. It's sent to the corner. Wilson trying to battle for it. Loose, taken by Charbonneau, but wrestled away by the Cougars. Simmons trying to come around, double-teamed, couldn't get a shot off, absolutely walled. And the puck is sent out to the neutral zone, recovered by Simmons. Passes it back. Sarsfield sends it off the boards, but taken away by Charbonneau. But she had no room to go. It's taken back now. Going the other way is Driscoll. Driscoll pass gets through, but nowhere to go for French. French steals it back, tried the extra pass, and it wasn't there, and it's cleared out. This might go for icing again, but a potential wide-open goal saved there by the stop from Caitlin Wilson. French stole that puck away in the attack area, might have had a chance for a good shot, but decided to try and pass it to an open Annie Driscoll for a potential one-timer. Instead, couldn't fit it through the skates of Caitlin Wilson. Face-off controlled again by the Cougars. Touched back to Buxanowski, sent up the line. Gets to McIver. McIver lost it in the corner, knocked back around the other way by Buxanowski. Getting there first, Casey McCarthy battling, stolen in the corner. That's Mozuk. Mozuk sends it back. Back and forth it goes and deflects ultimately to a Brookline player. Skating with it now is Tebow. Tebow could not get around Buxanowski, and she's taking it the other way herself. Buxanowski approaching. Shot saved by Solovey. Addison Buxanowski, who, unless her graduation year was erroneously recorded on masshshockey.com, is a 7th grader. And being able to show that kind of two-way play, I mean, you can understand why the high school team won her so bad so early when she's got that kind of ability at that age. In the neutral zone, pass slid across to number 5, Tessa Keneally. Keneally gains the blue, but it's poked back to the neutral zone, taken by Simmons. Simmons, pass across. Now a pass to the middle was wide of the intended target, French. Taken out by Pice. Pice battling along the boards, pushes it forward, but it's going to be taken again by Keneally. Keneally, pass up the middle. Simmons Knocked loose by Wilson. Laurie couldn't quite corral it. Driscoll pushes it forward. Now fighting through Simmons. Simmons approaching. Shot saved by Solovey. Still no score here in the first. 8:36 on the clock here at Ed Burns Arena. Jacqueline Solovey being gradually tested more and more by the Cougars' attack. Brookline's got to find a way to get that puck in the other end. And they slide it out of that face-off. It is going down the other way. No icing as it's taken by Boksanowski. Boksanowski coming around the back and jukes out the forechecker. Passes it up, I believe, to to number 28, Kate Frawley, who sends it down to the Brookline end. McCarthy tried to clear, kind of missed, but it's recovered by Hughes. Pass across to Tebow and up to Hughes. Hughes rushing with it. Hughes gains the blue line. Hughes long shot over the bar. Off the boards, it's being fought for by a couple players. Hawkins lost her footing, but it's kept on the attack end by Hughes. Pass gets to Tebow. Tebow couldn't quite get a shot off as she was covered by, I believe, number 14, Anna Corcoran. Around the boards for Frawley, disrupted by Charbonneau. Charbonneau couldn't quite get it past Boksanowski, and it's lifted out to the Brookline end. McCarthy tried to clear it, but it's blocked. McCarthy coming around the back with it, staying with the puck, sending it off the boards, but it's kept on the attack by Murgo, who sends it knocked down and slides under the glove of Solovey as she covers it up. So we'll have another Brookline end face-off. Off the face-off, slides back to Murgo. Murgo sends it down to the corner, misses her teammate as it slides around the other way. Meredith Allen whiffed on that attempted clear. Puck's knocked loose, though, and Charbonneau clears it out. Murgo chases it down, loses her footing, though, and this might be a golden chance. Charbonneau tangled up going into the boards and kicks it loose, still trying to kick it loose, lost her footing as she got tangled up again, tried to push it through to the slot, but nobody was there, and it's taken the other way by Murgo. Murgo gains the blue, pass back, Mozuk, shot blocked. I believe that was Wilson again as the puck is still live. The attempted shot by Libby Mozuk blocked by Caitlin Wilson, as now a shot. Oh, I think that might have gone just off the post, off the redirect from Mozuk after the insert from McIver. Puck slid across, taken now by number 23, Kate Corey. Corey skating around, lost it, taken by Gifford, while Arlington Catholic committed to a line change. Gifford skating with it, lost it. Knocked away by Driscoll. Driscoll lost it off the boards into the neutral zone as the Cougars have to reset. Corey skating with it. Corey gains the blue line. Long shot blocked by Charbonneau. Into the corner it goes. Simmons out of the corner, coming along the back. Cut off and stolen, I believe that is Charbonneau. Charbonneau skating through the neutral zone. Dumps it into the Arlington end. Chased down by Corey. Off the boards. Over to Boksanowski. Boksanowski waving around. Looking. Pass off the boards. Just out of reach for Driscoll. Taken instead by Brookline. Lifted out. But now Sarsfield trying to take it the other way. Cut off, though, by the defense of Serafina Ritzenthaler. The pass goes off Ritzenthaler's skate and almost a golden chance for a shot, but it was whiffed by number 16, Ava Prianti. Shot by Driscoll, disrupted, and it slides through. The goal is scored, I believe, by Annie Driscoll. And if you notice a bit of a delayed reaction from the crowd, from the benches, and from me, well, it was a very unorthodox goal. Looks like they're actually saying the goal was scored by Ava Prianti. Might have been assisted by Driscoll as she initially pushed it towards the net. Might have been slightly deflected by Prianti as she got it under the legs of Solovey for the game's first goal. So Ava Prianti assisted by Annie Driscoll. And so the PA announcer confirms it's Priante from Driscoll, as Arlington Catholic quickly back on the attack. Pass sent forward to Corcoran. Around the back, it's taken. Brookline trying to clear. They do get it out to the neutral zone. Chased down by Corcoran. Pass back. Lifted forward by Murgo. Corcoran couldn't quite corral it as Ritzenthaler knocks it free, and a breakaway chance. Charbonneau racing after it, but the pass is too far, and it's actually going to go for an icing. Brookline had a chance to catch Arlington Catholic in a line change, but the pass just a little too far. They were trying to send it out in front of Charbonneau to give her, a running start of sorts, but the pass just too far. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first period. The Cougars lead the Warriors 1-0. Face off, quick pass back, insert, turned aside by Solove off the shot from Keneally. Pass goes back again to Keneally, another long shot saved by Solove and pushed to the back end to prevent a rebound chance. Brookline moving it up and knocked away from Pice. The attempted shot again turned aside as McIver couldn't get her stick on it cleanly. Gifford. Pass misses. Pice taken instead, and a shot kicked and snagged by Solove. That was dangerous. The shot from Keneally initially going wide, but went off a defender's leg. Great read by Solove to prevent what could have been the game's second goal. Three minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here in the first. Face-off pushed back to Keneally. Keneally trying to push it forward. It was taken by French, passed back to Corey, up to French, back to Corey again. Corey up against the boards, knocked over, and the puck taken by Charbonneau. She slides it over to the near side boards where it's going to be taken by Hawkins. Pass back for Ritzenthaler, sent up the line. Charbonneau moving with it. Charbonneau approaching, long shot wide of the net. Rebound, chased down in the corner by Tebow, but they're scrumming for it. Off the boards, wrapped around by Hawkins, taken by Keneally, but her push blocked by Tebow. Tebow trying to push it out there, trying to jam it in, but there was no room. Skating out with it, it's stolen, or it was almost stolen. Instead, slides up to Driscoll, who dumps it into the Brookline end. Driscoll wins the puck on the boards, pass it back to the slot. Priante was there, but couldn't quite get a stick on it. Pass back to Driscoll. Driscoll losing it in her own skates. It's knocked loose, pushed in, and Solove manages to cover it up. Couple of forwards right in front of the net there, including Ava Priante, who had the game's first goal. I think the other one was Kaylin French. They both tried to knock that one in, but again, Solove read it well. Face off. Brookline couldn't clear, and that shot whiffed. Now battling along the boards, pushed forward and cleared out by the Warriors, but that's going to go for another icing. That's been a problem for Brookline, clearing the puck out of their own end without committing an icing, and they haven't had much luck. Arlington Catholic has done a good job sealing off the edges whenever Brookline tries to move on a clear attempt. And so now we have another Brookline end face-off with just over 2 minutes left in the first. Face-off controlled by Arlington Catholic, sent back to Sarsfield. Sarsfield sends it, goes around the corner. Gonna be chased down by Frawley. Frawley, pass along the back, pass almost gets through, and a shot almost knocked in by Corcoran. Another shot knocked in, saved by Solove as she covers it up. Arlington Catholic finding all kinds of ways to create shots and really testing Jacqueline Solove here in the first period. That second shot came from Priante. Off the face-off. It's controlled again by Arlington Catholic. Boksanowski tried an insert, but it was blocked by a skate. Now Corey inserts one, and it gets all the way to Solove, who turns it aside. Taken around the back by Charbonneau. Charbonneau trying to push it forward, but blocked to the boards by Corey. Now wrapped around by McCarthy. Knocked off the boards. Taken in the corner by Priante. Priante tries to send it through, but misses. Taken off the boards, a long pass up, intercepted by Boksanowski. Sent across to Corey. Corey gains the blue. Stolen away by Brookline. The pass blocked to the blue line by Boksanowski. Sends it off the boards. Charbonneau battling with McIver for it. Now taken by McIver. Pass goes back. Boksanowski at the point. Long shot knocked down by the defense. Shot saved at point blank by Solove. Pass goes back to Boksanowski again. Another long shot bouncing through, and again just barely turned aside before a rebound could knock it in. Sent down to the corner, back around to Boksanowski. Down to the corner again, but double teamed, and the puck stolen away. Charbonneau skating it the other way, gains the blue. Charbonneau, long insert, blocked down by Brierly and recovered by Boksanowski. Boksanowski racing it the other way. The strength of the transition game from Boksanowski as she gets disrupted at the last second, and Arlington Catholic able to make a full line change while Boksanowski was carrying it herself. Now through to the slot. They could not get a proper shot off. Back shot saved by Solove. Recovered by Gifford around the back. Gifford trying to fend off the forecheck from Simmons, but Simmons wrenches the puck away from her just as the first period comes to a close. Our score at the end of one, the Arlington Catholic Cougars 1, the Brookline Warriors 0. The game's lone score so far, scored by number 16, Ava Priante, assisted by number 19, Annie Driscoll. All right, well, that's our first intermission. I'm going to take a break and mute the mic, but I will be back with the second period of play. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Ed Burns Arena in Arlington, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the second period of today's high school varsity girls hockey contest between the hosting Arlington Catholic High School Cougars and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. The hosting Cougars with a 1-0 lead after a pretty dominant first period, but still only one puck got across that red line. That goal scored by number 16, Ava Priante, assisted by number 19, Annie Driscoll. Very interesting to think about how young these two teams are, as those of you among the Brookline fans know very well. Just one senior on the Brookline varsity roster this year. That, of course, being third-line forward Meredith Allen. And meanwhile, for Arlington Catholic, a pretty young team themselves. I've made mention of 7th grade defender Addison Boksanowski, who has made her presence very well known so far this game, but also a lot of sophomores on this varsity roster for Arlington Catholic. And just to give you, just to paint a picture of how young this Cougars team is, out of all the names that I called for Arlington Catholic in that first period, only 3 of them were upperclassmen. Kathleen Simmons and Olivia McIver are seniors, and Anna Corcoran is a junior. But the rest of the players that took to the ice during that first period were all sophomores or younger. And it's a very large contingent of sophomores. Tessa Keneally is a sophomore. Elizabeth Brierly, who's starting in net, is a sophomore. Kaylin French, Ari Murgo, Libby Mozuk, Ava Priante, who scored the goal, Annie Driscoll, who assisted her, Kate Corey, and Kate Frawley, all sophomores for Arlington Catholic. So these are two teams that are young and building something. They may be, in the 30s in the power rankings this year, but if some of their youngsters can continue to grow their games and live up to their potential, then we could be seeing these two teams being way more competitive a couple years down the road. But for Brookline right now, the game in front of them is what they're most concerned about. And what they got to be most concerned about is they gotta flip the possession game, because right now they are kind of living in their own end. They've got to find a different way to clear the puck out of their own end and get through the neutral zone in transition, and maybe get some sustained attacks going, because they've gotten a few stray rushes into the attack end going, but they've never lasted that long, because usually it's just one player breaking through a wall of defenders to try and launch a desperate long shot that's easily turned aside by Brierly, and then immediately the Cougars take it the other way. Face-off starts the second period. It's controlled by the Cougars, who have been dominant on the face-offs so far this game. Brookline trying to clear up that pass, got away from Birdie Hawkins. Still fighting for it, coming out with it. Kathleen Simmons approaching, couldn't get a shot off, jammed at the last second by the defense of, I believe, Caitlin Wilson again, who's made a number of nice defensive plays so far tonight. Ari Murgo wraps it around the back end. It was blocked by Caroline Hughes, but taken back, and now weaving around with it is Simmons. Long pass up, finds a target. That is French. French sneaking around, gains the blue line, but runs out of room to advance. And the puck is taken now by Jordan Gifford as Arlington Catholic commits to a full change. Gifford skating, gains the blue line herself, sends it off the boards as it goes around as Brookline commits to a full change. Now moving in transition, a nice block by Emma Lurie as Caroline Hughes, just before subbing out, pushes it back in. It's knocked back out to the neutral zone, taken by Serafina Ritzenthaler. Pass misses Lurie and is taken off the boards by, I believe, Kate Corey. Wraps it around. Deflected down at the boards. Pass somehow gets through, finds its target. Racing up ice, I believe this is McIver. Shot saved by Jacqueline Solove. And again, you can see just how fast some of these Arlington Catholic players are able to bring it end-to-end against Brookline. And if you've been watching hockey, you know that ability to go from defense to offense that quickly is one of, if not the biggest key in the sport. Ooh, big poke by Selena Charbonneau. Moves it to the other end, but it's cleared right back out. This might go for icing if they let it. No, it's taken by Ritzenthaler around the back, sent off the boards, misses its target, and Murgo keeps it on the attack. Now pushed forward by Libby Mozuk, but it's taken around the back by Brookline as Arlington Catholic commits to a line change. Puck was lost by Charbonneau, stolen by Simmons as the ice just didn't agree with her there. Pass blocked by Charbonneau, but it is eventually chased down along the blue line. Passed over to Murgo. Murgo sends one through, redirected, but wide of the net off the redirect from French. Into the corner, Simmons slides it along the back, pass through French. Shot was disrupted by the defense and went wide. Good block by Casey McCarthy. Around the back, missed, taken by Charbonneau. Charbonneau pinned to the boards by Simmons. Ritzenthaler takes it. Pass does get up to Izzy Pice. Pice skating with it. Still skating with it. Gains the blue. Pice approaching, weaving around. Tried to jam in a shot, but it's poked away by, I believe, Lizzie Sarsfield. Simmons skating with it in transition. Pass across to Annie Driscoll, who just dumps it into the Brookline end as Arlington Catholic commits to a full change. Wilson whips it around the boards, but taken at the boards by Arlington Catholic. Priante trying to get a pass off, couldn't, and it's taken instead by Gifford. Gifford often skating with it into the neutral zone. Disrupted, puck ricocheting through. Gifford recovers it and shuffles it into the Arlington Catholic end as Brookline again commits to a change. Around the boards, taken by the Cougars. Blocked by Hawkins, but it is sent out to the neutral zone. Deflection means no icing, as it doesn't even get down the full way anyway. Wilson trying to clear it, does get out to the neutral zone, chased down. Passed up, stopped by Gifford, but pushed forward by McIver. Brookline trying to clear, but a big deflection by Mozuk stopped it, but now it's forced out to the neutral zone. Now McIver tries to send it back forward, taken back by Brookline. Gifford trying to force her way through. Pass blocked, goes back. Wilson now sends it out to the neutral zone, but it's taken immediately. Now blocked, and Hawkins moves it into the Arlington Catholic end. Kate Corey takes it around the back, weaves around one. Pass now stolen, knocked away by Hughes, and that's going to be our first penalty, as a check in the back was made by Addison Boksanowski. Took down Bertie Hawkins from behind, and they called her for it. And so Brookline going to get the first power play of the night, a golden chance for the Warriors, as Boksanowski will serve a 2-minute minor. Face off. Meredith Allen tried to push it forward, but was wide of the net. Now Arlington Catholic skating with it. Quick clear. And it's chased down by Gifford. Gifford sends it around the boards, and Simmons takes it away as there was some miscommunication over who was receiving the pass. Simmons coming around the back. Pass back to Sarsfield. Up to Simmons. Simmons shot high. And now the puck going to be covered up by Solove. And just like that, you almost mistake who's on the power play here with how Arlington Catholic is controlling the puck. Off the face-off, shot saved by Solove. Gifford moves it along, and the attempted clear does get out to the neutral zone. Pushed back to the Brookline end where it's taken by Gifford. Off the boards, gets up to Hawkins. Hawkins racing up with it. Gets it across the blue line, but lost control of it, and it's taken back by Simmons, who clears it out while Brookline was making a defensive line change. Casey McCarthy, fresh off the bench as Arlington Catholic makes a line change of their own. Clara Tebow, pass up to Hughes. Hughes skating it the other way. Long shot wide of the net and turned aside by the stick of Brierly anyhow. Hughes trying to stay on the attack, but the puck is taken away by the Cougars again. Cougars skating with it. Long shot saved by Solove. I believe that was number 8, Leah Gobby, who was taking that one the other way. Off the face-off. Brookline trying to clear it, but could not. Sent it to the corner where it's taken by Selena Charbonneau. Charbonneau skating, sends a pass up to Izzy Pice, who's blocked at the blue line. Sent off the boards, controlled by McCarthy. Her pass blocked into the Arlington Catholic end. It slides, and it's taken back out. Skating the other way. Long shot blocked, but recovered. Pass gets through. Gobby's shot saved by Solove. And the penalty ends. We are back to 5-on-5 as Corey weaving around. Shot saved by Solove. So the first power play of the night ends, and honestly, the team on the PK got more shots off than the team on the power play. Off the face-off. Pass goes back. Tebow couldn't force it past Sarsfield. Now it is knocked just barely into the neutral zone. Corcoran takes it, passes it across. Sent up by Murgo, I believe. Taken now by Gifford. Pass to Tebow. Knocked through the middle for Hughes, but stolen away by Corcoran. Corcoran gains the blue. Disrupted from behind by Hughes. Taken by Gifford. Pass now intercepted. Attempted shot, nothing there. And it's taken around the back by Wilson. Wilson's pass gets away from Tebow. Taken back, a pass right in front of the net. Just barely cleared out by Gifford. Pass back and whiffed on the one-timer by Corcoran. Now a shot saved by Solove. Anna Corcoran had a chance to uncork that one, but just couldn't get her stick on it properly. We've seen a couple instances for both teams here of players just losing their balance, of the puck just not coming with them. So the ice clearly disagreeing with some of these players. As Corey passes it over to Boksanowski, sends it off the backboard. It's taken by Simmons. Simmons loops around, looking for a shot, fires a shot. It's deflected high and over the net as she was covered, I believe, by Charbonneau. Puck's knocked loose. Skating around the back and losing her balance in the corner as Brookline takes it. Charbonneau skating with it. Up against the boards. Tried to kick it over to Allen, who lost her balance. As again, the ice just playing tricks on both teams right now. Charbonneau's pass blocked and stolen by French. French couldn't get a pass off in the corner. It's taken by Simmons. Simmons trying to battle through. It's knocked loose, goes into the corner. And pushed around by French. Now a pass just misses in the slot. It was aimed for Simmons. All the way down, Boksanowski sends a long pass up to French as both teams were making some changes. French, puck's knocked away, but slides up. Now a pass off the skate of a Brookline player and slides all the way down to Brierly, who's going to cover it up. No, she's not. She left it, and it's stolen. Tebow tried to sneak it in, but it was blocked by Brierly. Now a chance, and Tebow couldn't take it out of the air. Brookline almost snuck a goal past him, but now a pass gets past Ritzenthaler. Off the boards, McCarthy manages to push it forward to Hawkins. Hawkins sends it into the Arlington Catholic end. The Cougars avoided disaster there as Corey trying to move it along. Now stuck on the boards, passed out, knocked away by Driscoll. And McCarthy just barely managed to knock it back. Hughes gains the blue, insert wide of the net. Off the boards, chased down by Hawkins. Hawkins pass back to McCarthy, who tries to move it along. It's blocked and stolen away. Simmons skating with it. Simmons weaving around, shot saved by Solove. Boy, that was about as good a rush on the net as you could possibly want, coming across the crease with the puck on your stick. But Jacqueline Solove reads it well and stops the backhander from Simmons. 5:15 on the clock here in the second period. Still 1-0 the score in favor of Arlington Catholic off that first period goal from Ava Priante, assisted by Annie Driscoll. This pass disrupted and stolen by Brookline, but they could not force it out. Now they do. Puck goes up to Pice, knocked away by the defense. Sarsfield clears it off the boards. Gets it up to Mozuk. Mozuk trying to weave her way around. Disrupted at the back end. Still fighting for it. Pass goes back to Sarsfield. Sarsfield gives over to Mozuk. Mozuk tries a shot, tries to send it towards the slot and almost had it, but too much traffic. As Brookline gets it out to the neutral zone, and now the puck is lifted over the benches, and we'll have a neutral zone face-off here with 4:30 on the clock in the second. Face off. Corey sends it off the boards into the Brookline end. McCarthy trying to clear it out. It's deflected. Goes back to McCarthy, who passes it up to an open Hawkins, who slides it into the Arlington Catholic end. Corey after it. Off the boards. They're scrumming for it. Priante comes out with it. Pass across. Finds her teammate. Rushing with it, I think, is Frawley. Stops, tries a pass, but disrupted. Coming around the back. Trying to send a pass through. Where's the puck? It's trapped up against the skate, and it's cleared out by Brookline. A scrum for the puck right around the slot, and Brookline refused to let that puck get past him. Cleared out to the neutral zone. Ritzenthaler slides it across to McCarthy. McCarthy dumps it into the Arlington Catholic end, where it's taken immediately by the Cougars. And now the puck slid past by Corcoran, and that's actually going to be icing. So it'll be a face-off in the Arlington Catholic end. 3:26 on the clock here in the second. Brookline's had a couple instances of moving the puck into the opposing end for some extended periods, and they've shown some gritty defense stopping Arlington Catholic. A particular strong effort from Jacqueline Solove in net, but still Brookline trails. And still face-offs have been a point of weakness for the Brookline Warriors today. As off that face-off win, Arlington Catholic did clear it out to the neutral zone. Charbonneau sends it off the boards, and wrestling for it was Pice. Pice slides it over for Laurie. Laurie slides it up to Pice. Shot saved by Brierly. The best shot Brookline has had at the net so far, but a nice pad save by Brierly as she splayed out for that one. Cougars taking it the other way. Driscoll trying to get around the defense. Whips a shot wide of the net. Rebound recovered by Murgo. Murgo insert wide of the net. Taken around the back by Brookline. Slid up to Pice. Pice spins off her defender. Pass up just out of reach for Charbonneau. And it's knocked the other way by Murgo. Gifford knocks it back. Simmons fighting for it. Simmons comes out with it. Simmons, shot, score! Kathleen Simmons, the senior, makes it a 2-0 advantage for Arlington Catholic. And I mean, boy, what is Brookline supposed to do about that? Just excellent stick skills by Kathleen Simmons to keep track of the puck in such a tight space along the boards, weave around the opponent's skates, give herself an open look, and just a great wrister sent top shelf for the goal. I mean, sometimes just have to sit back and go, dang, that was a really nice play. 2-0 Arlington Catholic leads Brookline. The PA announcer credits Kaylin French with the assist on Simmons' goal. 2.5 minutes left in the second. Arlington Catholic leads 2-0. The puck being sent back and forth now, cleared out by Brookline, but that's going to slide way too far, and that's going to go for icing. Stoppage from the officials. Did one of them see a deflection on that icing? Are they going to move this to the neutral zone? What's going on? I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, unless one of them is saying they saw a penalty on that player. I have no idea. Oh, there's a problem with the clock. Okay. Oh, they changed it to... Oh, so the clock had stopped moving prematurely, and so it had more time left than the officials had it at. So they set it down to 2 minutes even. Take 15 seconds off the clock. As this puck wrapped around, Priante tried to send a pass through to the slot. It was blocked. Now Sims went through. Get it set to Corcoran, but Corcoran couldn't get a clean shot off, and it's turned aside by the stick of Solove. Battling for it, Charbonneau wraps it around the boards. Corey along the back, stolen away. Fighting for it. Into the corner. Brookline tries to clear, but it ricochets. Priante trying to fight through too much traffic. Now Corcoran battling for it. Coming along the back, lost it, taken by Charbonneau. Charbonneau weaving around, going in transition, slides a pass over to Pice across the blue line. Pice chases after it, battling Boksanowski. Gets the puck along the back end where it's taken by Charbonneau. Charbonneau trying to come out with it, but gets swarmed by several Cougars. And Pice got tripped up and couldn't chase after it. Now Arlington Catholic trying to clear, stolen back. Gifford pushes forward, blocked by Corcoran. Stolen back, Pice. Or no, Tebow. Tebow's shot blocked. Sent back out to the neutral zone. Wilson sends a pass up to Gifford, who whips it into the Arlington Catholic end as Brookline commits to a by the Cougars as they continue their one-sided dominance of the face-off game. Ritzenthaler keeps it on the attack, though. Tebow slides it through, and Hawkins couldn't quite corral it, disrupted by the defense. Cleared out to the neutral zone. McCarthy takes it, tries to slide a pass through, but misses. Taken instead by, I believe, Murgo. Sends it off the boards, gets up to French. French on the rush. Shot was disrupted and easily stopped by Solove. Taken around the back. I believe this is Hughes. Hughes passes off the boards to herself. She's running out of time. Got to launch a shot. Launches it, and probably wouldn't have counted if it had gone through, but it was wide of the net anyhow. And that is how the second period will end. Our score at the end of 2, the Arlington Catholic Cougars 2, the Brookline Warriors 0. 1 goal scored in the second by number 6 Kathleen Simmons assisted by number 12, Kaylin French. And during this second intermission, I'd like to take a moment to direct your attention to some helpful links in the live, not in the live chat, in the description section of the video. Some helpful links in the description section. At the very top of the description section, you can find a link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Girls Hockey Booster Club. So if you would like to support Brookline High Girls Hockey, send some money, you can do it through that link to that Venmo account there. Below that, you can see a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Education Foundation. The Brookline Education Foundation raises funds to help promote growth and innovation among Brookline educators, growth that can then be passed on to the children of this community. For over 40 years, this foundation has given out a variety of grants across the educational landscape. These include Idea Lab grants for teachers that want to present their students with new and exciting projects, and teacher grants for educators that want to further develop their own skills to bring to the classroom. Many initiatives which have become staples in the public schools of Brookline started as BEF grants. They support literacy education training, new methods in STEM education, project-based learning, mentoring of new principals and superintendents, and collaborative work around diversity, equity, and inclusion, just to name a few. Visit brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846 to find out how you can help support our town's educators and, through them, our students. Once again, that's brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846. And once again, you can find that information in the description section down below. Well, it is the second intermission here. Arlington Catholic 2, Brookline 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan at Ed Burns Arena. I'm going to take a break and mute the mic, but I'll be back with the third and final period. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody. Back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Ed Burns Arena in Arlington, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the third and final period of tonight's high school varsity girls hockey contest between the hosting Arlington Catholic Cougars and the visiting Brookline Warriors. Our score coming into the third period is a 2-0 score in favor of the Cougars, off a first period goal by Ava Priante, assisted by Annie Driscoll, and a second period goal from Kathleen Simmons, assisted by Kaylin French. Last time these two teams faced off, back at the start of the 2022-23 season, the two teams combined for 9 total goals in what ended as a 5-4 victory for Arlington Catholic. But here today, it's largely been a defensive battle with just 2 goals scored through the first 2 periods. Brookline looked a little better in the second period than they did in the first, but Arlington Catholic still winning the battle on the scoreboard. As the Cougars outscored the Warriors 1-0 in each of the first 2 periods. So it might be kind of tough to find the positive momentum to carry into the third period. But if they can, a 2-goal deficit is not that big a deficit in hockey, and credit to Jacqueline Solove and the Brookline defense for keeping this game at least within reach. As we get set for the third period puck drop, I mentioned once again just how one-sided the face-off battle has been so far tonight. Arlington Catholic very strong from the face-off circle against Brookline. And that's really helped them dominate the possession game. Just taking control of the puck quickly, getting it on the sticks of some of their more dominant transition players. So here we go. Opening face-off for the third and final period. And we're off. Face-off won again by Arlington Catholic. Murgo tries to push it forward, but it's sent back by Jordan Gifford off the boards. Being scrummed for along the boards. Brookline does get into the attack end, but nowhere to go as it's controlled by Annie Driscoll. Goes up the sideline and is cut off by Clara Tebow as it's cleared out by Caitlin Wilson. Now a pass from Murgo goes off the skate of French, but French steals it away from Gifford. Into the corner it goes, where it's taken by Wilson up against the boards. They're scrumming for it. It's knocked back. Murgo, long shot wide of the net. Rebound by Driscoll. Pass just couldn't be corralled by Simmons. Instead recovered by Murgo. Sent down to the corner to Simmons. Simmons passes back to Murgo. Murgo lost control of the puck. Has to pass it down to Simmons. Now back to Murgo again. Murgo winds and fires again. Turned aside easily by the stick of Solove. In the corner, battling for it. And up against the boards. Looks like French going to come away with it, but couldn't fight her way through Tebow as Tebow steals it. Tries a pass, couldn't get it through. Taken back again by French as Arlington Catholic commits to a defensive line change. And now commits to a forward line change as Brookline clears it out, but it's going to be icing. So both teams making a full change there after a shift. That was about a minute and a half spent in the Brookline end. Face off. Being scrum for, and Selena Charbonneau comes away with it. Charbonneau skating through the neutral zone, gains the blue line, tries an insert, but it's blocked down by Addison Boksanowski. Taken around the back by Kate Corey. Sends it over to Boksanowski. Up the line, gets to Libby Mozuk. Mozuk trying to fight through Casey McCarthy, and she does. Weaves around another, charging in, shot, sails high. Along the boards, Boksanowski tried to take it. Still up against the boards. They're scrumming for it, and it's controlled again by Charbonneau. Charbonneau weaves around a couple of players, tried to slide it out, but it's blocked, and the attempted shot by McIver is blocked by Charbonneau. Mozuk battling for it in the corner, but it's going to be taken by McCarthy, but stolen away by the Cougars. Mozuk tries a pass. Nobody there. It's taken instead by Izzy Pice. Pice skating with it. Gains the blue. Long shot turned aside by Brierly as Brookline commits to a forward line change. Boksanowski skating around. Boksanowski approaching shot saved by the glove of Solove. And you see there with that rush by Pice how the problems on defense can compound into problems on offense in this sport, because when you have a long defensive shift, the coach is going to call for you to make a line change as soon as you get it out of your own end, and so any attack momentum you might have had gets killed immediately by the necessity to make a line change and keep your players fresh. Jordan Gifford brings it end-to-end for Brookline, pinned to the boards by Ari Murgo. As the puck slides away, it's taken. Driscoll pass up to Simmons. Simmons gets past one. Couldn't get past Hughes. As it's taken again by Gifford. Gifford lost control of it briefly. Sends it around the boards. Going to be taken by Driscoll. Driscoll sends a pass through. Goes off the skate of Hawkins and is taken by Murgo. Sort of slides it down. It's knocked away. Taken by Clara Tebow. Tebow off to the races. Tebow with Hawkins on her left, and she tried to fire a long shot and was blocked. I'm not sure why you go for a shot there instead of a pass. The shots have just been blocked incessantly by Arlington Catholic. They've got to try a different kind of approach, as Simmons now approaching for Arlington Catholic. To the back end it goes. It's knocked loose. McCarthy sends it out near side and pushed into the corner. It's taken by Ritzenthaler. Ritzenthaler wraps it around. Knocked back. Ritzenthaler again pushes forward, and Hughes manages to clear it out as Brookline calls for another line change. Skating with it, Boksanowski approaching around the defense, charging in, shot is saved by Solove, and the rebound just barely cleared out by Brookline. Now a shot from Corey blocked, a shot from Frawley blocked. Puck lost in the skates, and Brookline almost had a chance there but couldn't corral it, as we got an off puck check that's going to call for a penalty. As Brookline skating with it, this is a delayed penalty, and I'm not sure they realize it as they dump it into the Arlington Catholic end. And now, as Arlington Catholic takes possession, Brookline will go on the power play for the second time today, as Annie Driscoll is called for the penalty. Saw her knock down Emma Lurie off puck, and that results in a 2-minute minor. Brookline has had one power play opportunity before in this game, and this time they win the face-off. Long shot knocked down, goes to the back end where the Cougars trying to clear. Brookline trying to stop the clear, and they do. Hughes lost control of it though, and it is cleared out by, I believe, Leah Goby. She sends it down to the Brookline end. Wilson, pass up to Tebow. Tebow tries to send it off the boards, but it's knocked loose by McIver. Wilson sends it up, finds Hughes. Hughes dumps it into the Arlington Catholic end. And now weaving with it is Murgo. Ari Murgo rushing it the other way. And along the corner, it's taken by Gifford as she wrenches it away from Murgo. Sent off the boards up to Hawkins. Hawkins trying to skate with it, walled by Arlington Catholic as they dump it in as Brookline commits to a change. Taken now by Ritzenthaler with just under a minute left in the power play, and the pass completely misses, and this is going to go for a Brookline icing. Brookline again struggling to generate an attack off the power play. We'll have a face-off in the Brookline end. And it goes off the official's skates and is reached by Simmons. Simmons tries to pass back, knocked down by the hand of Izzy Pice. Now it's a race to the puck. Boksanowski going to win the race. And turn around with about 30 seconds left on the penalty. She slides it all the way down to the Brookline end. Solovay leaves it for McCarthy. McCarthy tries to pass up, does get it to Charbonneau. Charbonneau often skating with it, gains the blue line, turning around, trying to control the puck, and it's knocked away and stolen. Skating it the other way is, I believe, Simmons. Simmons gets around the last defender, approaching shot, saved by Solovay. Caught it with her blocker arm. 5 seconds left on the penalty. Brookline not able to generate any shots off the power play once again. Face-off goes back to Murgo, launches a shot wide of the net. Off the boards, Brookline pushes it forward, and out of the box comes Driscoll. Wrapped around, and Corcoran battling with Hawkins. Corcoran spins off of Hawkins. Hughes comes in to help, but the pass does get away and finds Priante. Priante's pass controlled by Frawley, but knocked away by Brookline. The clear blocked by the defense of Sarsfield, and now Brookline taking it the other way. This is Gifford skating with it. Gifford in transition. Gifford gains the blue. Gifford pushes it around the corner, and Murgo moves it around. Blocked at the blue line by McCarthy, sent down to the back end. Sarsfield skating with it, keeps with it. Pass off the boards up to Priante, disrupted by Hughes. Sarsfield reps it around the other way. 7 minutes left in this one as Tebow knocks that puck loose. Gifford going to take it off the boards. Gifford weaving around, lost the puck, and it's taken away by the Cougars. Goby skating with it. Runs out of room as the Cougars commit to another full change while one player handles the transition duties. Charbonneau couldn't bring it out, and a pass deflects and is taken out by Pice. Pice trying to split the defenders here, and stolen away. Boksanowski again. Boksanowski again in transition as she skates around the back and allows her team to get set up. Coming around, shot saved by the glove of Solovay. Addison Boksanowski almost treating this like it's a free skate with her ability to just bring that speed and get around everybody. That's going to be a player to watch for years to come, let me tell you, folks. And think about what she was able to do by herself. Take it from her own end to the opponent's end, around the back, and set up her own shot, all with minimal resistance. Keneally's shot wide, turned aside by Solovay. Around the back, Simmons. Pass along the back for French. French up against the boards. Looking for somewhere to go. It's knocked loose but recovered. Simmons' shot disrupted and goes wide. Allen tries to clear but is blocked. Boksanowski approaching, long shot caught by Solovay. 5:44 left to play in this one. Arlington Catholic still leads Brookline 2-0. Off the face-off, it's pushed wide of the net. Racing out to the puck, Tebow comes away with it, slides a pass that's just a little difficult to corral for Hawkins. Hawkins gives it over to Hughes. Hughes for Tebow. Tebow weaves around one, but can't weave around another as it's cleared. Taken by Wilson. Wilson whips it into the Arlington Catholic end, where it's going to be taken by the Cougars. Skating with it. Pass over to Frawley. Pass blocked, but Frawley recovers it. Lost up in the skates, and it's knocked loose out to the far side. Priante tries to send it off the boards. Blocked by Tebow and launched into the Arlington Catholic end. Now off the board, sent, stolen, Hawkins. Hawkins trying to push it through, gets to Tebow. Tebow whips a shot, saved by Brierly and pushed back to Murgo. Murgo tries to clear, Tebow blocks, tries to pass, nobody there, intercepted by Corcoran. Corcoran gets tangled up with the Brookline defense, and that's going to be a penalty that's going to be called against Hughes. So this will be the first power play for Arlington Catholic as Caroline Hughes heading to the box for a 2-minute minor with 4:43 left on the clock. Off the face-off, it's Selena Charbonneau controlling the face-off in a rare win for Brookline, and a big win as she is able to clear it out. Chase down Boksanowski. Spins off the forecheck from Pice and passes it away. A long pass across misses Corey, and it's taken instead by Gifford. Gifford clears it out past everybody. With no icing restrictions, Brookline able to clear with relative ease. As this one wrapped around, blocked on the forecheck by Charbonneau. Pushed up to Driscoll, who kind of whiffs on the pass. Now gets a pass up to Simmons. Poked away by Caitlin Wilson. Recovered by Driscoll. Driscoll into the attack and stopped again by Wilson. And Wilson clears it out to the neutral zone again. A minute into the penalty, and no real attacking chances yet for Arlington Catholic as they try to attack again, and walled once again, this time by Birdie Hawkins. Puck's chased down by Murgo. Murgo coming around the back, losing control. Tebow wrenches it free. Tebow couldn't jam it in as Murgo was able to recover just enough to defend. Long pass off the boards. Wilson blocked, well read by Driscoll, but Wilson knocks it free again. Again, the clear attempt pushed away, or blocked, I should say. Now Brookline pushes it out to the neutral zone where it's taken by Sarsfield. 30 seconds left on the penalty as Murgo pass misses Sarsfield. And now it's controlled by French. French skating across the blue line, disrupted by Wilson, but keeps with the puck. French by herself, her shot deflected high by Gifford. Now a pass back, Sarsfield, shot stopped by the skates of Wilson, and Tebow clears it out to the neutral zone. 3-2-1, and out of the box comes Caroline Hughes as Brookline successfully kills the penalty. French now gains the blue line. And that attempt to clear knocked down at the blue line by Simmons. Simmons weaving, looking, headed to the corner as Arlington Catholic makes a line change. Simmons wraps it around the boards, taken by Driscoll, tries to send a pass through, but it's not there. And it's up against the back of the net, and it'll be a face-off in the Brookline end. An excellent penalty kill shift by Brookline, as both teams struggled immensely on the power play tonight. This one blocked at the blue line, bouncing up, and it's taken by McIver, pushed forward but turned aside by the stick of Solove. Now Mozuk battling for it, trying to get a pass through, and misses, and it's going to slide out to the neutral zone. Chased down by Corey, given to Boksanowski. Boksanowski sends a pass off the boards, misses, and it's taken by Charbonneau. Charbonneau trying to corral the puck again, having trouble with the ice. And now they're battling near the blue line. And McIver manages to push it forward. Corcoran couldn't get it through McCarthy, who tries to clear and gets it just past Corey to the neutral zone as Arlington Catholic forced to reset. Less than a minute and a half left in this one as it's taken now by Pice. Pice often skating with it. Gains the blue. Couldn't battle through the defense, and it's lost by everybody as everybody kind of just retreated away from the puck briefly. Now it's stolen by Tebow. Tebow gains the blue. 1 minute left in the period. Tebow passes, but there's nobody there as Brookline was committing to a line change. Sarsfield skating with it unimpeded. Pushes it through everyone to the back end. Ritzenthaler wraps it around the boards as Arlington Catholic committing to a line change. And Tebow tried to take advantage, but couldn't get it past, I think that's Corcoran. As now the pass goes back, and it's sent up for Driscoll, but knocked away by Ritzenthaler. Murgo manages to push it forward. 35 seconds left in this one. Long pass disrupted by Sarsfield. Sarsfield taking it around the back. Arlington Catholic just able to kill clock here with a 2-goal lead and less than 30 seconds left. Brookline gets it out to the Arlington Catholic end. It's going to be controlled by Simmons. Now at 10 seconds left. That's going to wrap this one up. The Cougars going to secure the victory over Brookline as the last seconds tick away. That will do it. The final score here at Ed Burns Arena, the Arlington Catholic Cougars 2, the Brookline Warriors 0. So no goals scored from either side in the third and final period as the score remains the same to the end. We saw 1 goal in the first period from Ava Priante, assisted by Annie Driscoll, and 1 in the second period scored by Kathleen Simmons, assisted by Kaylin French. And those would be the only goals of the night. Arlington Catholic improves to 5-11-1 on the season as they work to preserve their spot in the state tournament as the regular season winds down. Brookline falls to 6-12, and there's a good chance, I mean, as things stand, Brookline not in the playoff picture, and after a loss tonight with just 2 games left, I don't think they'll be able to get back into it. And if that's the case, you know, it's a bummer, but you know, just like Brookline played better with each progressing period tonight, you know, they're going to keep getting better as the years go on. It's a young team, just 1 senior, and I, for one, am excited to see what they bring in the seasons to come. So with this being my last game covering Brookline High girls hockey, I just want to take a moment and thank the Brookline girls hockey team for once again allowing me the privilege to cover this team, live stream these games. I want to thank you, the fans, for always tuning in and showing support for this team and always being so kind in your words to me. I hear all your kind words and I appreciate every one of them, and I'm sure the players do too. A final fond farewell to senior captain Meredith Alland. She still has 2 games left in her high school career. Unfortunately, I won't be covering either of them, so it's my last goodbye to Meredith. The first player, I think, or no, not the first, but one, yes, that's correct. The first player I can say I covered from freshman season to senior season, even if I only covered 1 game of her freshman season, back in that strange 2020 to 2021 season. And even if that was back when I did audio only, I've been covering this young lady for 4 years now, and so even if she didn't light up the stat sheets, she always showed up to play every single day. And I wish her all the best in the next chapter of her life as she finishes up her senior year of high school. Hats off as well to, on the other end of the spectrum, first-year coach Sarah Schwensfire. You know, the hiring process was so chaotic. You know, she was brought on very close to the start of the season, and she picked up, and she has got this team moving and playing and improving as the season goes on. Got a lot of young talents on this team I am very excited about. Exciting freshmen like Selena Charbonneau, Jordan Gifford, Caitlin Wilson. Lots of exciting young players. Some sophomores as well like Clara Tebow, Caroline Hughes. And I didn't even mention freshman netminder Jacqueline Solove, who had a very nice game in net tonight, even if she ends up on the losing side of things. Serafina Ritzenthaler, another freshman that got some regular play. Madison Driscoll after being called up from JV. And you've got some reliable returning veterans. Etta Reed, one player that Brookline's going to be happy to get back from injury next year. Izzy Pice, the leading scorer. She had at least 10 goals this season, or has at least 10 goals this season with 2 games left. There's a few I couldn't account for, but I know she had at least 10 to lead the team in scoring, and she's going to be back for 1 more year, as is veteran goalie Aurora Charbonneau. She's coming back. Sujin Koo, split time between junior leagues and this league during the winter. You know, we'll see what she decides to do. Regardless of what she decides, you know, she's had given plenty of great memories to this program. You know, Casey McCarthy, another veteran coming back next year. And another youngster coming back, Emma Lurie, who recently against Newton got her first career varsity goal, hopefully the first of plenty more. And freshman Caitlin Schlager didn't get too much playing time, but next year, as more spots open up with time and she gets, you know, more time under her belt, we'll see what she's got in store for us. Plenty of exciting reasons to look forward to seeing this team next year, and I hope to be back once again. But for the last time, I'm going to wrap things up here. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Ed Burns Arena. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you to those who brought the good vibes in the live chat today. If there's anything you'd like to say after this live stream is concluded, be sure to say it in the comments section down below. You can also go down below to the description section of this video where you can find some helpful links. A link to the official Venmo account for the Friends of BHS Girls Hockey Booster Club. If you would like to support the program financially, below that a link and phone number to our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Education Foundation. Find out how you can support our town's educators and through them, our students. And then below that, you can find some helpful links relating to me, which you can also find in the bottom right corner of your screen. My personal website, jessesports.com. Find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that, you can email me with any questions or requests you may have. And you can follow me on Instagram, where I sometimes post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that's going to do it, and for me, that's going to do it for the season. Thank you once again, Brookline Warriors Nation. And for the last time for this Brookline High girls hockey season, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.